Hi there, my name's Fleming, and I am doing a collaborative tool demonstration for BIT311. My tool today that we're looking at is a product called Asana. It is a web and mobile project management and organizational tool that was actually created by Justin Rosenstein, who was an engineer for both Facebook and Google, and internally he created processes to make their internal project planning more efficient. So in doing that, he ended up venturing out on his own and creating this company Asana, which has just as of late May this year was valued in at about $900 million. So he's doing pretty well for himself. Take you to a little tour here, the front page or the home page of the site, and what Asana does exactly what it kind of says up here. It's making more time for the work that matters most. So it really does help you organize and prioritize your projects, and then helps empower the people to focus on their task only, in which wholly will grow your business or your company's business. Three main steadfasts are get organized, stay on track, and hit deadlines, which is what this product helps accomplish. There is a quick video, but I think we're going to walk through this anyway, so we don't need to look at that. And then just a quick quote: we track every single piece of creative and make sure they're finished in time using Asana. So these guys with Asana are actually using their own product. And then within the portfolio section, which you can see, you can actually organize your projects off each other, not just tasks. The product itself shows your web and your mobile option, and they can show it. Basically, it's a task layout. There is another layout that you can use. They call basically like a sticky note kind of layout. Here's the sticky note there. So you're assigning tasks, putting them in blocks, and then giving them prioritization. And then once you get into the premium pricing, it allows you to do these timeline trackers, which I think is really cool. We're not going to be looking at the premium just because I'm not very good at remembering to cancel subscriptions, so that's kind of my fault. There's a lot of things that I end up paying for that I never use. Although I think I would use this, to be honest. It is quite beneficial. And it just shows you those nice timelines. So really you can see this testing plan is, once that's finished, we can actually look at doing an analytics setup. So, but we can't do that before that happens. So you can see the dependencies that they put onto things, much like you would see in a Gantt chart or any standard project management. It just gives you, on this platform, gives you a nice visual of who's doing what and who's waiting to do something next. Also, Asana itself, being that it was created by a guy that worked for Google and Facebook, he would probably try to make everything universal with the product. So what they show here, just a few things like Slack, Dropbox, Teams, Google Drive, everything there. It integrates with over 100 different platforms and software packages, calendaring packages, which makes it a very robust, very flexible, very adaptive system. They also do have an open API, so if there isn't anything on that list, you can look into the open API and then actually create something through that if you got the wherewithal, or your IT department has the time and the expertise to do that. We'll look at the pricing here. So a premium pricing, so just standard one person, one license premium is $9.99 if you build annually, $11.99 build monthly. Not too bad, not too bad at all. 120 bucks a year, really. So for what it does offer, and what you're getting is, the timelines. You get advanced search and reporting, so who's doing what priorities, what tasks are being done. You can create your own custom fields. You can do task dependencies, so what's dependent on other things, and then you can actually create private teams and projects within your company. It's really an enterprise focused system, so you can get into a business section as well, and that allows you to bring on, I believe it's 25 different licenses within that. And then you can actually go into an enterprise and you can go person by person, and that's about, I think it's about $675 annually billed per license, so it's not too bad, but you get everything within it as well. So it gives you a little comparison on the plans. Basic, which we're going to be looking at today. We can do project views. We can look at the sticky note or the board view, and then we can assign tasks to people and add due dates. And then with that, we can do calendar views and status updates as well. So, but you can see they're quite extensive. Enterprise and business sections. You can actually get down to resource management, which is coming soon. So you're getting down to that. Even what Chris was showing on his about doing the time logging and whatnot. So they're moving in that direction as well. Basic, we don't have any real support on it. It's a free platform. With that, you're kind of waving in the wind on your own there. Enterprise, obviously, your custom branding. You can make your desktops and whatnot, and your home pages on the site more to your theme. And then you can even do it up to regionally as well, so east, west, north, south type deal. So really what we're going to do now is going to log in. And as you can see right now, we got a fairly basic home page. Up on the side, on the left-hand side, you'll notice your menu. So home, my tasks, so things that are assigned to yourself. Inboxes, notifications, so updates, replies to comments, whatnot. Portfolios is your list of projects and statuses on those and priorities. And then you can go into a reporting section, which is tasks that you've created, things you've assigned to other people, and then just recently completed. So you can break that down, weekly meetings and whatnot. Like, oh, hey, out of the 15 tasks that were sent out, we've got half of them done. So here we are on our chart, and off we go. I've named the group marketing. It was just the first default when you're creating a group was marketing, so I named it that. And then you can invite people as well. So there's myself down at the bottom. I have a pronoun of he, so it's when you get into the PC kind of world where people have different pronouns and whatnot. We've got to be respectful of that, so they do give you a little insight on that with people that are in the group. And then I've also added my doppelganger, Levon F, who looks quite surprised. So he's going to be working with me on this project. So first, what I want to do is we got a project, so I want to create a project, and we're going to call it MSU Collab Tools. And we can do it in a little bit different. So we'll look at doing just the list view to create this project. You can go through a wizard as well, or yeah, you can just kind of set up a blank project. So we're just going to set up a blank one. So I want to add a section, software. I'm going to add a task. Find collaborative software, and we're going to assign it to my buddy Levon F. We're going to assign that to him. Then on the right hand side, as you can see here, you can add a due date to that. So we're the 2nd, so by Monday I would like to have a list of software tools. And we're going to write a description of that task. There we go. That's done. And then down here it's just giving you a kind of an audit of what's going on now. Right? So I just created a task, I've added it to Collab Tools, assigned it to my buddy Leave on F, and I changed the due date to Monday, which it just kind of gives you the next forward date. I'm going to create another task. Create presentation. And I'm going to assign that to myself. And we're going to create I'm going to create this. Sorry about the typing. I'm apparently terrible on Fridays here, so. There. So we're done on that. So now what we can do is go back to your home page. I can now check my tasks. So I've now been assigned a task. I can go into that task and look at it. It tells me I should create a due date. So I'm going to have a due date of the 9th done. I'm going to see when that's done. Everything looks good. You can add pictures. You can actually add a subtask to it. So if I wanted to add, find out the best presentation software to use, I can do that as well as a subtask, and also assign that to myself. So there we go. That's right. We got a bit of an audit of what's going on now. So I've assigned that first task to Leave on F, and he has looked at it probably, and he's probably, because it's a weekend, and he looks like he's a guy that gets busy on the weekend, he might let me know that that he's not too happy with it. And I know he's not a Monday morning kind of guy, so you can actually write chats on it. Oh, and if you see up on the inbox here, he has sent me a message. So in my inbox, I get a message of, man, that's too short of a time frame. He's not had, but you know what? I'm gonna like it, so I agree with him. So I'm gonna go into that task and bump it out to the 7th, and just say, just moved it out for you. Have a good weekend. There. So just letting him know what we're doing. Now, once we get into that, once we're into this task, I can actually mark my task as complete, because I found the presentation software that I'm using. I'm using the game recording screen recorder mode on Windows 10, so it's a fantastic little tool to use. So I've done that. I've created that. We're looking good. And I go look in my calendar view, and it shows that I have completed my project on the 9th. Now I'm going to go to, just the overall. go into my progress. So I go into the Collab Tools profile, I go into the progress. We didn't add a due date, but we could. Let's put that on the 14th. And new status, set a status for it. We're on track. And then actually this progress meter is showing me that we have one incomplete task and one complete task now, because I've completed mine. I know what we're using, so I'm just kind of waiting on the software that we're using. And be it as it may, we already know what that is, so leave on F. He knows that we're going to be working with Asana, so he's going to go in and probably complete his. He's already found that out. So we'll just see, oh, there we go, and then we got an update. Leave on F has completed this task. So we're good, that's awesome. I'm pretty happy about it. So we can go back into our tools, check out our calendar to see what was due. Leave on it, obviously we're really good, we're super efficient, we're under promising and over delivering, which is a great sales tool to use, I think, sometimes with my clients anyways. And then we can actually start a conversation. And hey, so I'm going to send him a note. Great job on your portion. Post it. And I'm sure he will probably hopefully see that soon enough. And just let me know what's happening. But yeah, so that's that is Asana kind of in a nutshell. I really do like it. I think it's super easy. You know, showing this is where that timeline would sit to go in and write down, get your project list, and then you put it into this flow chart that they have, which is, I think, fantastic. This is worth the money for a company that does a lot of project work. Right here, just the visualization of it is fantastic. So yeah, that is Asana. Email me with any questions, or hit me up on the next live discussion that we do on Monday, and we can go from there. But thanks for spending your time with me today watching this, and I hope you have yourselves a good night, and hopefully a good weekend if you're watching this on Friday. Thanks.